Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Happy Legacy Business Day. Happy Legacy Business Day. There we go. It is a beautiful day in Boston, not just because the weather is almost perfect, and we never get those days in Boston, but because we are here to celebrate some awesome people and businesses who helped make the Boston we're proud of today what it is for all of us. In fact, if you are one of our awardees, I'm not going to make you stand up because it's a whole lot of exercise you did walking up these stairs. But if you want to raise your hand and just let folks know where you are, all of our legacy businesses here, there you go. We're so happy that you're able to be here, and this is the beginning of an annual event where we'll be able to celebrate and honor the work of our legacy businesses here in the city of Boston. I actually started off wrong because you don't even know who I am. But my name is Shagun Idowu. I have the privilege of serving as the Chief of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion for Mayor Michelle Wu. Very happy to be here. And you're going to see me one more time, but I am here to get things started, to make sure that we are all excited to be here, but also to introduce a special person to you as the mayor walks over. And we're very happy we're able to do this. She can walk right over to be with all of us tonight. But there is, in fact, if you're part of the small business team, if you don't mind waving your hand as well, if you're part of the small business team. There you are. Abby, Weldon, Alicia, Emily's back there. And if you are a member of our Main Street, the foundation and our directors, if you can make yourselves known. All right. So we are very excited to be here because it's the work that all of these individuals have been doing to support our legacy businesses that allows us to be here this evening. And I'll share a couple of words later on. But first I want to recognize and acknowledge those who are here. We see Representative Rob Consalvo, who's here. And our Chief of Housing, the excellent Sheila Dillon, coming here from the Cabinet. And I will be sure to come up and share others if I've missed you so I don't get in trouble. But I'm going to invite someone up here who is leading our small business work every single day, has been doing so since late last year to offer some welcome remarks, and that is our wonderful director, Alicia Porcena.
Good evening, everyone. As the chief said, my name is Alicia Porcena, and I'm Director of Small Business for the Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion. You look lovely from up here, so I just want to thank you for joining us this evening. And I also want to thank the 30 iconic businesses that have been staples in our community for 10 or more years. I want to acknowledge our elected officials, the Boston Main Streets Foundation, partners, friends, and city staff that are here today. The Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, my team, the small business team, thank you for getting us here today. I want to give a special shout out to Emily, Weldon, and Bia. Yes. I appreciate and thank you for your hard work over the course of the last couple of months. Lastly, I want to thank the small businesses who are here today, to your families, to your customers, and to your community. We are here today because of you. And before we get started, I want to see who's in the room. So I just want to see who's in the room. So is Roxbury in the house? We have Roxbury represented. Okay, South Boston, Dorchester, Brighton, Roslindale, Charlestown, Allston, East Boston, Downtown, North End, Back Bay, South End, Beacon Hill, Jamaica Plain, West End, Mattapan, West Roxbury, Fenway, Kenmore, Chinatown, Hyde Park, and Mission Hill. Yes. It was so important to name all of our neighborhoods because today we have all of our neighborhoods and all of our communities represented, and that's so special. All of us have a memory of a small business that sparks our emotions in some kind of way, whether it was when you were a kid or where you go with your parents and friends. It's an honor to have worked alongside these businesses for the past year, supporting them. A little bit about our office. We're focused on supporting small businesses that want to grow and start their business in Boston. One of our main priorities is investing in our neighborhoods and ensuring the cultural vibrancy is celebrated. The work of our office centers people, and our programs and initiatives aim to create more economic opportunities, especially for businesses in communities that have been historically underinvested. Today we gather to celebrate an exceptional milestone for 30 Boston businesses whose work truly deserves admiration and applause. This program grew out of love for our small businesses and community, with the intention of keeping and nourishing their rich histories and stories. We know or have heard of a business that unfortunately had to close down due to COVID. There were so many industries deeply impacted by the pandemic, and we are so proud of the 30 businesses here today who have prevailed. So legacy, 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 what does that mean? These businesses represent deep-rooted support, community presence, consistency, quality service, family-run, pillars for cultural communities, job creators, networking hubs. For many small business owners, your business is your home. Each of you were recognized by your customers, by your peers, and by the local community. And I just want to pinpoint on that. The process for this was a nomination process. So this was very much a community effort and why we're here today. So I just want to thank all of the 1,400 nominations that we got for this program. Being in business for more than 10 years is no small achievement. It is a testament to the resilience, dedication, and unwavering commitment of these remarkable entrepreneurs and their teams. Their perseverance in navigating the ever-changing tides of the business world has not only ensured their own success, but it also has had a profound impact on our community. They have understood the value of giving back, supporting local initiatives, and championing causes that uplift and strengthen us all. Today, we celebrate not only their achievements, but also the lasting relationships they have built. As we honor these remarkable businesses, let us also acknowledge the collective power of community. It is through our continued support, patronage, and loyalty that we can ensure their continued success for years to come. And we at the Small Business, we at the Mayor's Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion are committed to doing that alongside you. To all the businesses that have reached this significant milestone, your contributions have left an undeniable mark within this city, and we are immensely grateful for the positive impact you have made. Now, I'm going to turn it over to our Chief Shagun Idowu, who is the Chief of the Mayor's Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion. He has a relentless vision for our cabinet that we try to uphold every day, and I just want to honor him as well for the work that he's done over the last couple months. Year and some change, right? Yeah.
It's me again. Nice to see you all. I want to do a couple of things. First of all, I know I thanked a bunch of people. I want to, did I see Kenzie Bach here? There we go. Former counselor, but leading our Boston Housing Authority, but former counselor for District 8. If you are a member of the Economic Opportunity and Inclusion team, can you make yourselves known? Wave your hand or, there you go, all right? If you are a former member of the Economic Development Cabinet, whether it was supplier diversity or small business like Selena or Natalia or whoever. Raise your hand and make yourself. Now, there is a reason that I am pointing out all these people. There are 40,000 small businesses in Boston that generate $15 billion and employ almost 200,000 people. And that's right. Many of them are brick and mortar, many of them are online. And we know, actually, those numbers are just from a few years ago, pre-COVID. So we know that those numbers have shifted. But at the end of the day, our small businesses, anytime an elected or appointed official, everyone always says this, that small businesses are the backbone of our community and our economy. But it's the one saying that is literally true, that if small businesses were to fade away, we would not have the cities or the communities or the Commonwealth or the country that we have today. We're here in one of the oldest structures in the city. And it was in halls like this that many important conversations were held, people who transformed this country, who transformed this city. And it's also in the small halls of our small businesses, whether in barbershops or hair salons or ice cream shops, et cetera, where many important conversations are held, with or without our elected officials, but certainly with residents of the important issues of the day that many times get solved, but you don't share them with us, but that's why we come to all of you. But many important conversations are held that, again, help to transform this city, this Commonwealth, this country for the better. And we honor you for keeping your business going and for allowing us to support you in that effort. I also pointed out the members of our team because many of them were here pre-COVID. And it's always important to me that in public settings that we recognize and celebrate the work that they did because they literally saved lives and livelihoods. And again, want to thank the members of our small business team, the members of the Economic Opportunity and Inclusion Cabinet, the members of the Mayor's Cabinet who ensured that a particular housing team ensured that people had a roof over their head, ensured that rent got paid, for our residents and our business owners, ensured that many resources reached every crevice of this city to ensure that you could keep going. And so I want to again thank all of you for the work that you've been doing. Finally, when our cabinet was established last January, or we renamed ourselves, I should say, we used to be known as Economic Development, which would have been way more memorable for all of you. But now we are called the Economic Opportunity and Inclusion Cabinet. And our acronym now is EIEIO, but we're not very creative. I did that just for you, Natalia. But when we were founded, or at least changed our name, it was because of what the mayor wanted to see happen. She knows that when a lot of people hear the term economic development, many people bristle in this city. Because when they think of development, they see all of the changes happening to our neighborhoods and our communities. And a lot of times people don't see themselves as a part of it. And certainly we want to make sure that every single resident not only feels a part of what's happening in our communities, but is there to celebrate it and utilize it when we have completed it. And so we've updated our name to Economic Opportunity and Inclusion because we realize that there is no such thing as economic opportunity without inclusion, without ensuring that every single resident in the city of Boston is a part of the process and is a part of the transformation that we all want to see happen in our communities. And so we set up this name and this vision, and since then we've worked to ensure, particularly through our small business team, that the $13 million they had in ARPA money to deliver to small businesses reached every single neighborhood of our city, 1,000 small businesses receiving grants up to $20,000 that help them get to the next day and to the next month and the next year, and want to honor the work that you all have done to make that happen. But also know that this is just a piece of what we're doing to support our businesses, this legacy business program. The mayor has launched a number of initiatives in the last 18 months that are all joined together, whether it was our space program led by our business strategy team, I see Aaliyah and Elijah here today, which is meant to help get new entrepreneurs into storefronts like many of you inhabit today. And then we are wrapping all of our businesses and support services to ensure that they have the opportunity to be one of those 1,400 plus nominations next year and the year after and the year after that, to ensure they can sit in the very seats that you're in today. The work that we're doing through our Restore program, I think I saw Aaron and the rest of our small business team members of beautifying our storefronts and ensuring that we are providing resources there. The work that Elijah and others are doing to help explore cooperatives. I saw City Fresh Foods here earlier, and how they have become an employee-owned operation, and we want to help our businesses move to that opportunity. And finally, we're working on efforts to help our small business owners acquire their building, because I know many of you are tired of paying rent, and know that many of you would prefer to own and operate the building you're in. I see one example here, Mr. Allen's former mayor, who acquired the building many, many years ago. And we want to ensure that all 30 of our legacy businesses in the future, every single year, either already own or will own the buildings they're in, because the Bostonians of today deserve to own their own city. Finally, the work that our supplier diversity team is doing, not only ensuring, again, with small business that people get connected to resources, but the city spends almost $1 billion every year in contracts, and we want to make sure that businesses like yours are connected to these opportunities. Finally, I want to thank the media man, our videographer for today. Where are you? Well, they can't, yeah, wave your hand, there you go. Now, that business is 3 months old, and I want to thank Jay Brewer Photos, who's taking photos today, and they're 17 years old. And so the work continues to get the media man not only to 10 years, but to get you your own brick and mortar, and same for Jay Brewer, to ensure that you're back here in a couple of years as awardees. And so we'll be working with you to make that happen. Finally, I'll end like this. The mayor's here, and I am, my job is to get in trouble with the scheduling team by making her stay here longer. But I do want to leave with these words. You know, we've been asked many times related to this program, what do they get? And they get a lot of stuff. Thank you for asking. Visit boston.gov/legacy-business.program, and you'll see all the resources that are going to our legacy businesses. But because there are so many of our friends and colleagues and neighbors in this room, I want to ask you, what are we collectively going to give to our legacy businesses? What is the legacy that we're going to leave with them? Many of us have supported them, but how many of us are going to ensure that if we already go to Liz's hair care, that our daughter goes there, our granddaughter, and future generations? Or for me, my father, who got his tuxedos at Allen's Formal Wear, now I go, and so my children and grandchildren and so on will go to support this business. Or Rep. Consalvo, who talked earlier about going to Richie's and how he's making sure his kids are going to Richie's, or Ron's Gourmet Ice Cream, and future generations are supporting them. How are we going to make sure, not just what the city is doing, because we're putting everything in that we can, but how are we going to make sure that 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, that all these businesses are back here celebrating with us, the new awardees, but here standing and saying that we still are in the space that we were in 20, 30, 40 years ago. And so I encourage all of you who are here, who are celebrating with us, to continue serving and celebrating and supporting these businesses who are here today, and bringing all of your friends and all of your neighbors to support these small businesses. For as we all know, our job is not to change the whole world, but it is to change someone's. And it is at these small businesses that we sure do make sure that a lot of worlds are changed. So finally, it is my great honor to be able to introduce someone that for many years I have myself been able to call a friend, someone who many of us all of us are able to call our ally. Not all of us, but I'm happy to call her my boss. But the greatest privilege for the last 18 months has been standing in a room and being able to say, welcome to our mayor, the Honorable Michelle Wu.
Thank you so much, Chief. Please join me in one more round of applause for our incredible Chief of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, his entire team. whole lot of work went into getting this program launched to meet the visions and the high standards that we have for celebrating our small businesses in Boston, and they are working on just an amazing portfolio of ways that we can take every opportunity to lift up, to expand, to deepen the footprint that our neighborhood businesses have, and where we can connect and fill that opportunity for residents across the city. So I'm so grateful for your leadership. I know several of my colleagues in government are here as well. Thank you for your partnership. I have the list of folks that we had on here: City Councilor Brian Morrell, City Councilor Liz Braden, State Representative Rob Consalvo. I think I see State Rep Danny Ryan in the back. Who am I missing in terms of elected colleagues? Oh, City Councilor Frank Baker, City Councilor Aaron Murphy. I walked in with, okay, sorry, I didn't even look up. Everyone's sitting in a row. City Councilor Gigi Coletta, City Council President Ed Flynn, and who else? Okay, and I know more of our colleagues will come in as we go. Thank you to the councilors especially. I understand you are on a quick recess, so we're going to move through as you're still doing the work of the city as well. We're joined by Jerry Denterline from the Boston Main Streets Foundation, and so many of those leaders involved with supporting Main Streets. We're really excited to make our largest ever investment in Main Streets last summer, and we want to keep that growing. I see several Main Streets directors in the room. Raise your hands. Thank you for all that you do. When we launched this program, our goal was to create the strongest legacy business program in the country. One that was not just about recognition, although recognizing how important that is, but about concrete, tangible support for our small businesses to continue to contribute to our city's broader economic revitalization. We know that our small businesses offer much more than just food, goods, and services. They're gathering places, support networks, really important threads that stitch together the fabric of our communities. And our legacy businesses in particular, those who have been long-standing anchors in the community, serving generation after generation, creating traditions that run across families, run across communities. It is especially important in a time of what can feel like tremendous instability that we do our part to highlight ways and celebrate those who have been part of really anchoring, sticking it out, and making sure that they continue to form those special memories for so many of our residents. So our goal is to not only highlight but sustain the stores, shops, and restaurants that our residents love and rely on by offering critical technical and strategic assistance, helping businesses scale and plan for the future, and also investing $1 million in a pool of grant funding to help these businesses cover overhead and operating costs. After the initial announcement, with the help of our city councilors spreading the word and so many departments, we ended up receiving more than 1,400 nominations from residents across Boston as people put in the name of their favorite shop, their go-to spot. And because we are blessed with so many incredible businesses here, it was a very, very difficult task to narrow that list down. So thanks again to the counselors, to many of our offices, in addition to Shagun and his team, our Arts and Culture Office, Community Engagement, Tourism, Sports and Entertainment, many others, and the Review Committee and Small Business Team. Ultimately, 30 incredible institutions and owners whose presence and service have empowered our communities are going to be honored today. I have a little sense from someone who used to run a small business for a time, and I know how hard it is to just try to keep things going and keep all the pieces running when you are in charge of your own little space. And so we want to make sure that, in this case, the city of Boston is not one more hoop, one more set of barriers that you have to figure out and navigate and get frustrated by, but a support and a resource. The data shows that 1 in 5 small businesses close their doors within their first year. And in the first 5 years, 1 in 2. The 30 businesses that we're honoring here today have more than 1,000 years combined of experience serving Boston's communities. They are 60% of these businesses owned by people of color, 43% owned by women, 40% founded by immigrant residents, and these are the backbone of our communities. So you represent every single one of our neighborhoods, you are our neighbors, and you're who we go to when we need to look and feel our best, get our hair done, pick out that tuxedo, go to celebrate birthdays and weddings and anniversaries, or just a quick moment where on a whim you want to just take your family to get that double scoop of your favorite ice cream. So that happens a lot in my family. And so in addition to saying congratulations on receiving our very first inaugural Legacy Business Award, I want to say thank you for all that you've done and for all that you continue to do for our neighborhoods and residents, for not giving up, for sticking around, and for being such an important anchor for our communities. After all these years of investing in our communities, we are so honored to have the opportunity in a small way to give back and invest in all of you. Thank you for all that you do.
A lot of this work would not be possible without our partners in the community. And I want to invite someone who's been a strong partner to the City of Boston, representing the Boston Main Streets Foundation. This organization was founded many years ago to support the 20 main streets in all of our neighborhoods who are on the ground every day talking and walking with our small businesses. And I want to invite Jerry up to share a few words, as they are a lot of times not only our funding partners, but our thinking partners on how we provide even more resources to our legacy businesses and all the small businesses in our neighborhoods today. Jerry?
Thank you.
First, I want to say, I love you, Boston. I love this city, and I love this city for a great deal of what you do. What you do every day does more than just run a business, as hard as that is. But what you do is help make Boston live up to its promise to be a city that is inclusive, a city that is representative. And I am so grateful that you are here. We're not where we should be, but we are far from where we were, and we are far from where we're going to be with your help. So I thank you for that. On behalf of the Main Streets Foundation Board, many of whom are here today, and its chairman, Joel Sklar, who is out of town on business, I want to congratulate all of the legacy business owners honored here today. And I salute the small businesses, all the small businesses who dare to dream big. I came to Boston, like many of you, from someplace else. It's a beautiful city, especially on a day like today. And here we are in this historic hall. But we all know the lifeblood of the city runs through its neighborhoods. Mayor Wu often says, we are a city of revolutionary ideas. Many of our best ideas come from where? The people who live in the neighborhoods. I volunteer as a board member on the Main Streets Foundation. The foundation is, as Chief Idowu said, a private sector partner to the City of Boston. We support small businesses by giving out grants for innovative projects, for impacts that changing the community through safety measures and community development. And we want to make business districts not only thrive, but become places of joy. Through the foundation, we have given away $3.5 million to Boston's 20 Main Streets districts. In the year ahead, we want to do more. Today, we are launching a fundraising campaign so that we can do even more to complement the city's new efforts under Chief Idowu to provide support for business owners. You know, over the course of the pandemic, you've heard the rhetoric. People say, we're all in this together. And people say, legitimately, small business is the backbone of the economy. We are challenging, we in the foundation board are challenging big businesses, philanthropists, foundations. We want to make true to that rhetoric. We want to do even more to support the city in its effort to support you as small business owners. And I want to say to those of you who are running businesses, I know it's hard, I'm a small business owner, stay strong. You make Boston a better place. and you have made me a better person. I thank you.
This will be the last time you see me up at this podium. I know it's sad. I know we're all worried about that. Now is the time to present the awards. And I'm gonna set some house rules though, because now it is 5:45, all right? And this weekend, we all got experience watching what happens at colleges and universities when they present awards, whether they present diplomas to their students. So, we don't have the music with us, but we are certainly gonna operate this as if we were at a graduation. So, here's what's gonna happen, all right? And we got security, so this is for all y'all in the audience. We're gonna invite our business owners to stand up. Abby will guide you. She will, like an usher at a church. She'll ask you to stand up. She'll bring you over to the side. You'll grab your award. You'll come over and take a picture with the mayor and Alicia, and then you will quickly be ushered off the stage so the next person can come and take their picture. Now, we know that there are many family members and supporters out in the audience. We do welcome you from your seats to take a picture of your favorite business owner coming up and taking the picture. We will have security here to make sure you do not come to the well, or that you come over to the side and bog things up. And there will be opportunities after the program to take pictures, with the awardees here. So now, is everyone clear about what I just said? All right, I just want to make sure. All right. So I'm going to invite Sarah DeLude, who's our our Director of Operations, one day, Chief of Operations, and Alicia to come. They're going to read the names. The mayor's going to come up and take a picture. All right.
All right. So before we start with awards, I just want to take a moment to talk about the beautiful awards that we had custom made for this event. The shape of the award is a cornerstone because you have been the cornerstones of our local economy, creating jobs, stimulating growth, and fostering prosperity. The colors used are the city colors because you're an integral part of the fabric that makes our community unique and vibrant. The material is made out of recycled aluminum. You have faced immense challenges, yet have stood the test of time. You have been able to adapt, innovate, and meet ever-evolving needs. Lastly, the award is compact and durable because we have witnessed your journey from humble beginnings to becoming the cornerstones of our local neighborhoods. Emily's holding the award right there. Thank you, Emily. It is with great honor and joy that we extend our warmest congratulations to the 30 legacy businesses, each with their unique service or product, strong customer base, and also strong leadership that have been able to serve and be resilient for over a decade.
Our first awardee, Allen's Formal Wear. Oberschode Bakery. Beacon Hill Cleaners. Bunker Hill Barbershop. Cafe dello Sport. Shevu Roller Skating Rink.
Right here. Look out, 3, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Deja Brew. Once more for Deja Brew. George's Shoe Store.
Three. One, two, three. One more. One.
Hicks Auto Body.
One, two, three. And one, two, three.
Ideal Sub Shop.
One, two, three. And one, two, three. Okay, good.
Look at this way. One, two,
India Quality.
Count three. One, two, three. One, two, three. One more. One, two, three. Good.
One more time for Abashar Bakery.
All right. And on the count of three. One, two, three. And one, two, three.
John J. Ryan Insurance.
Count three. One, two, three. One more. One, two, three.
Johnny D's.
One, two, three. One more. One, two, three.
Latino Beauty Salon.
One, two, three. And one more. One, two, three. Good, thank you.
Le Foyer Bakery.
Three. One, two, three. One more. One, two, three. Ready? One, two, three. Good, thank you.
Liz's Hair Care.
One more. One, two, three. Good, thank you.
Fa Hua Restaurant.
So, good. Count of three. One, two, three.
Pleasant Cafe.
Three. One, two, three. One more, one more.
Richie's.
One more, one more. One, two, three. Good, thank you.
Ron's Gourmet Ice Cream.
They're the reasons I look like this.
Three. One, two, three. Ready, get ready. Count of three. One, two, three. One more. One more. Count of three. One, two, three. Good, thank you.
Silver Slipper Restaurant.
One, two, three. Good. Good. One more. One, two, three. One, two, three. Good. One, two, three.
Slade's Bar and Grill.
One more.
Sugar Bakery. Twin Donuts. Wally's Cafe.
One more. All right. On the count of three. One, two, three. Ready?
Oh, you know, Congrats.
And Windsor Dim Sum.
One more. One, two,
and gentlemen, one more time, our inaugural Legacy Business winners.
All right. I lied. That was not the last time I was up there. I'm up here again. All who are gathered, we want to thank you all again for coming out tonight. One more round. I know your hands have been clapping all night, but one more round of applause for our legacy businesses. We also want to recognize Representative Fluker-Oakley, Representative Madaro, Councilor Worrell, and Representative Worrell, and Councilor Arroyo, who came in and have citations. Please join us next door at the Boston Public Market, where we will be celebrating and supporting other small businesses with food and drink. Thank you all for coming out. See you next year.